And now, Tiki Man Radio is proud to present the JBL Legends Travel Moment with Joe Leo. Take it away, Joe.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Leo with the JBL Legends Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And this week I want to talk about what is called the Love the Northeast Cruise. You could take this cruise out of New York or New Jersey, and it sails through New England and Canada. Some of you might remember that last year we did it as a fundraiser for the Tunnel to Tower Foundation. It was a very successful cruise, but it's a very popular cruise. Again, it leaves either from New York or New Jersey, and it hits places like St. John's Bay of Fundy, which is in itself an unbelievable place, with the reversing tides where you can actually walk on the ocean floor. Newport, Rhode Island, and Portland, Maine, Bar Harbor, Maine, where it's an unbelievable place to catch, taste local seafood and get a nice lobster roll. Halifax, Nova Scotia. A couple of them stop in Boston, Massachusetts, depending on time of year. Sydney and Cape Breton Island. Charlottetown on Prince Edward Island. And Corner Brook in Newfoundland. And some of them also go to Quebec, Quebec City in Canada. Now, some of those cruises will start in New York or New Jersey and end in Quebec, so you would need to fly back from Quebec. If that's the cruise that you're taking, because you've heard me say in the past that you don't need a passport to take a cruise if you're leaving from a U.S. port and returning to a U.S. port. However, if you're taking an open-ended cruise where you're leaving from a U.S. port and the cruise is ending outside of the U.S., like in Quebec City, Canada, you must have a passport to be able to fly back to the United States. So if you don't have a passport and you're cruising, then you want a cruise that's going to take you, from New York back to New York, or from New Jersey back to New Jersey, or from Miami back to Miami. You don't want a cruise that's open-ended. Just as a point here. But like Bar Harbor, Maine, there's a ton of boutique shops. There's the famous Arcadia National Park there. We got off in New England, and we went to a lobster bake right there on the water, which was unbelievable. I mean, so fresh. You could see the lobster boats coming in. You can visit the historic village of Kennebunkport, which you probably heard of. A lot of the presidents used to vacation there. When you get to St. John's Bay of Fundy, also in addition to the floor of the ocean, where you could actually walk when the tide goes out, which is really cool, but you make sure you got to get back in quick. They have a glass skywalk that stretches 120 feet over the reversing falls rapids, which is pretty scary. There's whale watching tours. You're going to see humpback whales and finbacks in that Bay of Fundy. There are a lot of excursions through historic Halifax, and then there's tours that'll take you down through the village of Peggy's Cove. There's a lot of history here, a lot to do. It's not a beach vacation, but it's something that people, it's very popular. I mean, it's a matter of fact, I have people that want to go in September, and sometimes those cruises are sold out, so they push it off to the first week in October because of the full foliage. The colors of the leaves are changing and stuff like that. So it's a really, really beautiful cruise, and it's also really great for somebody who's maybe a little afraid to be way out in the ocean, because you're pretty much following the coastline up the Hudson and into Canada. So anyway, this is called the Love the Northeast Cruise. Like I said, it's full of history. It leaves either at a New York City, which is really cool because you sail past the Statue of Liberty and the Freedom Towers and under the Verrazano Bridge, or at a New Jersey, where you see a lot of the same stuff. It actually sails out of Bayonne. So if you're interested in something like that, give us a call to JBL Travel Group, 732-831-5200, or check out our website at jbltravelgroup.net. We hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been Joe Leo with this week's JBL Legends Travel Minute. Take care.
Thanks, Joe. Always travel with someone you trust. JBL Legends Travel and Joe Leo. Reach out to him at 732-831-5200, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio.